Hi, I'm Chris Norkus. This is Cocktails from Home. Today, we're in for a treat. I am going to show you how to make my all-time favorite cocktail. This is called The Last Word. So this is going to be a martini-style drink. We're gonna serve this up in a nice frosted coupe glass. We've got 4 ingredients. We're gonna use each one in equal parts, so it's really easy to remember. We're gonna start with some freshly squeezed lime juice. Anytime we're making cocktails, we wanna start with our least expensive ingredients first. In case we make a mistake and we have to start over, we don't want to waste any delicious chartreuse. So I'm going to start with my lime juice. I'm going to freshly squeeze that. And each ingredient that we add is going to be precisely measured. So we're going to do 3/4 of an ounce in each ingredient. So I'm going to start with a 1/2 ounce, and then I'll do that about halfway up, which gives me 3/4 of an ounce. Now we get to move on to the fun stuff. So we've got our green chartreuse. This is an old world style liqueur. It comes from France. It is from the French Alps. There's a monastery where this has been made for at least a century. Same recipe, and they use over 130 different botanicals and local ingredients that they find in the French Alps, and they've been making the same recipe all these years. So we're gonna use 3/4 of an ounce of green chartreuse. There we go. Always want to keep a clean bar. And now we'll take a little trip from France and we'll go to Italy, to the Veneto region. So Veneto, mostly known for their winemaking and cuisine, but today we're going to feature a ingredient that is really one of my favorites. So this is called Luxardo Maraschino liqueur. Now the Luxardo family not only makes Luxardo cherries, but they make a delicious liqueur from those Luxardo cherries. And so when they make this, they add the cherries, the pits, the stems, the leaves, everything, and let it age for about a year. And then we're left with this amazing crystal clear Luxardo Maraschino liqueur. It has an amazing cherry flavor to it also. All right, we're almost there. So now we've got a little bit of kind of wiggle room here for you to get creative with whatever gin you like. So I like a London dry gin, and that's really your classic, typical gin flavor, kind of juniper forward, a little black peppercorn, that kind of thing. But if you like a cucumber gin or a citrusy gin, go right ahead. We're gonna do 3/4 of an ounce of gin. And that's all there is to it. We're there. All we need to do is shake this up. So when you're shaking a cocktail, ice is key. You really want to use a big old scoop of ice. When you think you've added enough, add a little more. And that's going to really make sure to keep your drink the optimal temperature. And now we're going to shake this up. So I take everything from the small side of my Boston shaker and I pour it into the large side, form a little seal like that. And here's my shaking tip. When you're shaking, you want to shake over your shoulder, and it's back and forth. And if you want to get fancy, it's up and down too. So it's like this. And always smile. You got to have a big smile when you're shaking. There you go. That's it. We're there. So now we've got to separate this shaker. And when we're serving a martini style drink, we're gonna strain this 2 times. So we're gonna use our Hawthorne strainer that'll fit right on top of our shaker. And we're gonna strain everything out through a fine mesh strainer also. This will catch any kind of lime juice pulp or any kind of like small ice chips also. So we're gonna strain that right through there. Be patient, make sure you get every last drop. Give it a little tap. And we're good to go. Can't forget our garnish. We've got a lovely Luxardo Maraschino cherry. You can kind of rest that on top of the glass, kind of dunk that right in there. And last thing to do is take a sip. Cheers. Delicious.